Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2020. And so far today, we have seen some mixed action in the markets. Yesterday, we had a fairly quiet day. Today, we opened up pretty flat, and we have tested higher, we've tested lower. We're trading back right around the prior day closing price in several of the instruments. We actually have some different price action taking place between the different instruments. So what we're going to look at today is a pattern that is specifically taking place in the S&P. And this one comes from one of our clients that sent it to me to look at. And he had found a nice bias based on the price action here using one of his stop and target combinations that he likes to trade. I'm not going to get into that, but I will show you the bias towards the end of the day based upon this pattern that he shared with me. So let me go ahead and set it up here in Discover. We're going to be looking at all four instruments. Setup's going to be based upon entering the market long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And the pattern we're going to be looking at is yesterday was an inside day. So I'm going to come into this price patterns and select day after inside day here in the candlesticks section. And we had this inside day, and today we have a lower high and a lower low. So I'm going to go into the post-open filters and create that price action pattern by saying that the intraday high is not greater than the prior day high. So that means we have a lower high. And then I'm going to go into the intraday low versus daily levels. And I'm going to say that the intraday low is less than the prior low. So that means a lower high and a lower low. Next, I'm going to put us in a similar market environment where we are in a strong bullish market environment. We're above a 10, we're above a 200-day simple moving average, and then click View Results. And here we go. These are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close, 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, when the prior day was an inside day, and the current day has a lower daily low and a lower daily high at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This is taking place above a 10 and above a 200-day simple moving average. And like I said a few moments ago, this is really only applicable currently for the S&P. The other instruments are kind of doing all kinds of different patterns. So this one's really only applicable for the S&P currently. So looking at our sample sizes, this pattern has happened 79 times in the S&P, 77 in the NASDAQ, 89 in the Dow, and 56 times in the Russell. And if we look at the win rates on these, you can see the S&P is coming in quite strong. 66% of those 79 samples have closed above that 3 p.m. price. The NASDAQ is not as strong. It's coming in at 43%. The Dow is strong like the S&P. It's coming in about 60%, and then the Russell a little weak at 46%. So the S&P and the Dow both have favored this pattern historically, whereas the NASDAQ and the Russell have been a little bit weak. So they're not all in agreement, but we do have two of the four with similar numbers there. As far as average win, average loss, very similar in size here for all four instruments. S&P almost identical. Same with the NASDAQ, the Dow very similar as well, and the Russell pretty similar. The average win just a little bit bigger. But historically, this pattern, which is currently in play for the S&P, has favored the long side going into the close. And if you've got access to the platform, as I said, one of our users sent this in. You may want to play around with some of the different stops and targets, and you might like what you find. So dig into that if you want. Good luck the rest of the day, and we will see you next time.